Oh, what's up? How's everyone doing? All right, so here's the plan for today. Short stream, wanted to hop on. Honestly, I'm kind of bored today, which is weird for me cuz I always have stuff to do. But today was one of those days that I woke up and I was just like, "Man, kind of want to do nothing. I kind of want to just see what's going on and reset a little bit." Which at least it's nice to be in a time in the market where there's not like extreme FOMO of missing crazy stuff. This is how it was all last bear market, where it's like you could log on, find some opportunities, DCA into stuff, look at some upcoming stuff, do research. It wasn't just like a bang bang million different things happening at once and just completely frying your brain. So yeah, this has been a nice little time to, I'd just say, to reset a little bit. There's been a lot of talk about uh prediction markets, which I wanted to talk a little bit about as well. I made a video about it today, but I was kind of just like going over the fact that like everyone is saying that prediction markets are the new trenches, which it's like they're such completely different things. Like sports betting has been a thing for so long, and it's like prediction markets are just an expansion of sports betting and betting on events, and it's like they're just completely different. Yet people are like, these are the trenches, and I'm like, dude, that's just not even. It's not the same. It's totally different. But they definitely have some good. They got good marketing going on. They definitely have everyone talking about it, which is the point when you have a platform and you want people to go out and talk about whatever it is that you're doing. There's no doubt that like Polymarket and Kalshi, they've done a really good job with getting people to care. But I would definitely be interested to know how many people that are talking about prediction markets actually even trade them. But yeah, we're gonna do a couple things. I'm gonna look through shit coins. I'm gonna take a look at some prediction market stuff too. I'm not like in any direct rush to be bidding things. One thing that I have been considering doing is just max trenching and just like buying a bunch of super low caps and just seeing if I can run up a bag, cuz there's volume, but all the volume is on stuff that's sub 100k market cap right now. At least for like runners, it's like when something hits 200k, all the trenchers are like, "Whoa, time to fucking sell this. Coin's done." Anyway, for whoever listened to my rant, good to see you guys. Wojak did bounce. I saw that. I did see that. Will we be back in 2026? Yeah, there's going to be some stuff. There's going to be, I'm going to predict this, that there is going to be another narrative in one way or another that's going to pop off. One of the reasons as to why there hasn't been a lot of volume is because we're not in a very specific meta right now. And the thing that drove volume over the past 3 years was shifts in metas. So there were just different things to speculate on over time. And right now we're just not in a meta. Like there's no meta. that we're in at this current moment in time. So yeah, we need to re-meta. But yeah, let me know what you guys are doing today and what you're paying attention to. What's going on third? Clips have been doing good. That's one thing. I want to thank everybody on stream for providing good commentary for me to react to, because the content that we've been making and putting out has been very solid. Very solid. It's been really good. And I'm really happy about it too. We've been getting like 5 to 10 to 15, some 20,000 views on our stream clips. So I'm pretty hyped about that. It's been good. And I think a big part of that is because we're putting out content that people want to see, that people are worried or wondering about, that isn't, some people aren't going to tune into streams and whatnot. Do I think Elon will eventually do an airdrop in 2026? I have no idea. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm also not really like I haven't thought about it at all, because even if they did an airdrop, I would bet a couple things. One, I don't think that they would give it to everyone. I think that you would have to work for it. Like, you know what? If I was them, and obviously they've kind of gone quiet, but if I was Pump Fun, what I would probably do, considering that they launched their token a long time ago and they said that there was going to be an airdrop and they didn't do it, I don't think that they're going to want to give money to people that were trading 6 to 12 months ago. I think that what they would want to do is use it for leverage. So they would want to try to give the airdrop to people who are actively using the platform today. At least that's what I would do. Like, if you had a percentage of the supply that's just sitting around, and you say to yourself, okay, we're going to do an airdrop, why would you just give it to people retroactively instead of in the future, proactively, I guess you could say? Like, why would they not want to use that money to try to bring more attention and volume? Because you already know this. If they do an airdrop for all the people that were trading on the platform or whatever before, then most of those people are just going to sell it. So we're in the days of, if there's airdrops, you kind of have to work for them, right? So that's really the way that things have shifted. So I keep seeing a lot of messages from people in Discords and on Twitter where they're like, "Where's the airdrop? Blah blah blah. When am I gonna get my free stimmy?" And it's like, I would bet you that that's not gonna happen. What changes do you think will happen? I have no idea. Like, I don't know. I don't know what they're planning. I don't know. Um, at the end of the day, I feel like the space puts a little bit too much care into what launch pads are doing. Like, in reality, these launch pads don't really owe anything to users at all. And at the very basis, it's like, what do the launch pads do? Well, they allow you to launch tokens. So yeah, I don't really, I feel like there's a lot of people that keep going after the trading terminals, and they keep going after the trading bots, and they're like, when are you guys going to fix things? When are you guys going to help there be more runners and stuff? But it's just because the traders are looking for they want people to go out and basically fix the problem, when they're just tools. Like, they're really just tools. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really expect an airdrop from anybody. I don't expect an airdrop from any trading platform, launch pad, anything like that. And that's okay. Like, that's fine. I'm gonna flip my screen around. I'm gonna check out the new stuff. I have no SOL in my wallet currently because I stabled it up the other day. I stable at the end of every day, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of despair right now, but if I had to make a prediction as to what was going to happen, I bet you that there is going to be a new narrative, a new meta that pops up, similar to like what happened with BNB and Bonk last year. Because if you think about it, Bonk really started to push over the summer. And then there was like a month or two of Bonk coins doing really well. And then, there was like a little down period here and there where there were other coins that started running. And then BNB season came around, and then that lasted for about a month. But then the liquidation event happened, which kind of ruined the vibes for everyone. Because what I don't think a lot of people realize is that the liquidation event that happened on October 10th, it wiped out so many people. And I feel like we're kind of just reeling in the effects of what happened then. But if you think about it, ever since BNB season ended, there hasn't really been a specific narrative for everyone to latch onto. We're not in like a BNB season. We're not in a bonk season. Like it's not like everybody's looking for AI coins. It's like, it's just a cluster of random stuff. And so I've seen that there's been a couple people that have really been trying to push like random animal coins, which is why you can kind of see a couple of them that are popping up. But uh, I just don't know if there's enough appetite for the people that are in the space right now that are trading that really care about just bidding a coin because it's a cute dog or something. I researched for days before deciding on a group to start out with, and your videos gave me the best impression out of all the others. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm pretty like, I don't really do a lot of editing, and I would say that I'm probably the most objective person when it comes to the market and the way that people view it and stuff. And there's a lot of people that blame other people and launch pads for why things the way that they are, and I just think that it makes a lot of sense to focus on what you can control, which is like the game that we have in front of us. We know that the launch pads aren't really doing airdrops, trading bots aren't really doing airdrops. And so there's just like a bunch of random coins and stuff that's popping off. But you decided to join in as soon as the markets are all taking a shit. Well, here's the good news. The good news is that it's better to, in my opinion, it's better to be around when things are super slow because it allows you to capitalize on things when everything picks up. And I'm going to give you a great example. So I was trading shit coins on ETH in 2023, and it was, there were runners, but it was still kind of slow. And one thing that I'll tell you for sure is if you just show up in the market when everything's good, you get super greedy and you don't know how to take profit, and you don't really learn a lot if the market is just going absolutely crazy because you don't have anything to compare it to. And if you're here during times when the market is a lot slower, whenever you do start making money in your trading, you tend to hold on to your profit a lot more because you will remember the times when everything sucked. And I'll tell you a great example. I was not stabling a lot during my first bull run. And then when the market sucked really bad and I had to sit here for a year and a half, 2 years in a bear market, all you do is think about, oh, I should have sold. I should have sold. And so then your next time when the markets go crazy, you're trading, you're stabling, you're securing profit and everything, which is one of the reasons why you're seeing a lot of people crash out on crypto Twitter and stuff, because what ends up happening is people will make all this money super fast, but it's one thing to make it, it's another thing to keep it. So, yeah, I mean, there's a reason as to why I'm still here, even though things are slow. Like, I don't need to be doing this. I could legit just be doing whatever I want. But I'm trying to stay well oiled up, and I want to know what people are talking about, because you never know when a BNB style season comes around and then there's $100 million market cap runners and tons of money to be made, because when those times come around, you want to be ready. If I had said, oh, I'm going to go on vacation 3 months ago, the market's dead, everything's cooked, I would have missed out on BNB season. Yeah, well oiled up. I was thinking about it from a car perspective, cars, but someone had to come in and make it weird. I see that makes sense. Day trading like this takes a certain type of person to be profitable over time anyway. Just like the stock market, I decided to go with meme coins over Forex or stock market trading because those markets are saturated with a lot of people who've been doing it for decades. Lots of more potential for earnings here. Yeah, well, the good news is that you can do multiple different markets. You can do whatever makes whatever you can trade whatever you want. Like, you don't have to just be dead set on one thing. If you have one monitor or multiple monitors or whatever, you could trade stocks, you could trade prediction markets, you could trade NFTs. Like, with shitcoins, there could be like a crazy runner, and it's like you don't really have to be putting a lot of time and effort into trading every single coin. You could just sit and wait for good opportunities to come up, which is basically what I'm doing right now. Is I have tons of tabs open. I'm not having to worry about, like, if I step away, I'm likely not going to miss a crazy runner. But yeah, it's really just about paying attention. The way I view it is there's a lot of people that will just leave entirely and they close out all their tabs and stuff, but I keep the stock market up. I keep shitcoins up. I keep Twitter up. I keep all the, like, I just pay attention to this stuff all the time. So, and plus, there's another thing. There's a lot of people that only show up when the markets are good and they still don't do well. It's like, how do you compare this? It's like when you watch sports, some people don't watch the regular season. They only show up for the playoffs. And imagine if you were somebody who liked to sports bet, you never watched any of the games leading up until the playoffs, and then you tell yourself, oh, I want to go and I want to bet on playoff games. Don't you think that you would have more of an edge if you were watching the regular season games leading up into the playoffs if you were planning on betting on the playoffs? Now, sure, there's odds, and obviously certain teams can have records and stuff, but it's like you don't want to just show up. That's maybe not the best example, but like, I wouldn't bet on sports unless I watched a couple teams play and saw how they were doing, and uh that kind of thing, because you can get an idea of matchups and stuff like that. So that might not have been the best example I could have given, but I hope it makes a little bit of sense. Sorry that you got drained. Yeah, the bookmark thing is definitely out there. What Bitcoin target are you looking to move stables into assets? That's actually a good question. I don't really have necessarily targets right now. I think I'm just going to be patient and see if there's more blood that happens in the markets. If Solana goes to like 100, maybe probably lower, I'd start to add, but I haven't started my DCA. I think that's going to be a big thing, is having a DCA strategy. And I am just in no rush at this given moment in time. The other thing is Solana going to be the chain that everybody continues to use? As of right now, it seems like it is, but everyone thought that for ETH too. And so I want to be careful with buying alts as well, specifically Solana, because what happens if there's another chain that everyone goes to? I don't think that's going to happen. I actually really think that Solana has embedded itself as like the main chain just because of how many people use it and everything. But I just don't want to be too sure, because one of the big mistakes that I made last year or last cycle is, during the bear market, I was just buying a bunch of ETH, and ETH underperformed, obviously. And my entire cycle would have been cooked if I didn't rotate into SOL when I did. I moved all my ETH into Solana around like $100. You hate sports, but yeah, I agree. I've been paper trading a couple months now. Coming from an IT guy, I'm on my computer all day anyway. Having a side monitor dedicated to keeping an eye on the market is a must. I'm about to build a monster battle station, 3 monitors to 6. Have a big TV. Yeah, not for sure. The one thing that's going to be hard for you is to get RAM, because you can't really get RAM. I don't know if you guys have seen, but if you want to go build a computer these days, it's so much more expensive because RAM has like quadrupled in value. Same thing happened with ETH and NFTs is happening to SOL and meme coins. Both will not die, but will go down because the meta on that chain is over. Yeah, but it's different because, and I've made a lot of videos about this, which is that people want shit coins to buy. It's not just meme coins. Like, people were trading shit coins all of the bull run of 2021. That's why people like Alex Becker got so big, because he was just making content around altcoins and gaming coins and like gambling coins and all that kind of stuff. And so inherently, shit coins are the best thing to trade. It's what everybody wants to trade. And it doesn't have to be on Solana, it could be on ETH, but there's not that much on chain volume on ETH. And so there's just a difference, because people want to trade fungible stuff. Like, they like to trade shit coins. It's like the best thing in crypto. But do people want to trade this stuff? That's a different conversation. The difference is that it was a lot more accessible. People want shit coins because they want to obviously get into stuff low and watch it go absolutely crazy. But even the shit coins that were happening for the past couple years, it was a lot more obvious on what to buy. Whereas if you compare it to this, like specifically when you talk about this type of shit coins, this type of thing is just insane. So you kind of need to break it up into 2 categories. Are people going to trade shitcoins, whether it's like, random gaming token? Well, gaming is kind of cooked now, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I consider shitcoins to be anything that's not like Bitcoin or ETH or Solana. But to think that people are gonna get onboarded into trenching 10K market cap shitters, that's a totally different conversation, because I would obviously agree that this style is not very appealing, and it's just, yeah. So I hope that explanation, like, I'm not a Solana trench maxi, but when you look at it from overall in crypto, people love shitcoins. I think that's also a problem. We don't have a true definition of what a shit coin is versus a meme coin. Everything is a shit coin. Like, AI coins were shit coins. The meme coins are shit coins. And all of this stuff are altcoins. Like, anything that's not Bitcoin or ETH or Solana or BNB, really, in my opinion, is a shit coin and an altcoin. People disagree with that. People just like to lump in, they're like, everything is a meme coin. But it's like, the AI coins weren't meme coins. Those were, the AI coins were like shit coins. They weren't memes, but everyone loved to call them memes. I understand why. I know that people are just like, it's a word that just gets embedded into their head. But yeah, like, I made a post where I said that altcoin season already happened on Solana with meme coins and AI coins, and everyone disagreed. And I was just like, dude, go look at like the Polygon or the AVAX or the Aptos or Algorand or like any of those charts, and it's like those coins never really had runs. But meanwhile, there were a lot of shit coins on Solana that did well. But obviously, like, I agree that, and I've made content around this too. I made multiple posts about this in the past 2 days alone, that things have slowed down, and obviously there's not like 10K market cap coins. When I go and watch, I don't know about you guys, but like, I go and watch other streamers and stuff, bro, every person that's streaming crypto are all trenching 10K market cap coins. And like, that's it. That's it. And the people in their chat, they eat that shit up. They eat it up. But you just can't expect most people to get on board with that. Most people don't have a ton of disposable income or even disposable time. The reason why shitcoins were so great a year ago or 2 years ago is because you could buy something and you could sit on it for a week and it would just moon. People don't have the fucking time. Like, you almost have to separate. Like, the trenchers are all like kind of complaining that they're like, oh, why are there no runners? I'm like, maybe it's because when you trade a coin, you're in it for 30 seconds, and most people in the world don't have unlimited time to just sit there and fucking trade all day. Like, a lot of people have jobs and stuff. I have unlimited time to do whatever, but people are like, how are we going to get retail back? I'm like, dude, retail has shit to do. On the flip side of that, if everyone starts losing their jobs to AI, a lot of people are going to have free time. Nobody bag works. So the biggest issue, one of the biggest issues that I see with shit coins and meme coins is the fact that nobody is actually pushing specific coins anymore. What used to happen is there were people that would CTO a coin, or they would launch a coin with the intent of running it up. Meanwhile, now all these people just deploy and they are in and out of it in 10 seconds, and then they just redeploy and redeploy and redeploy. And so you have nobody that's actively working to push a coin to 10 to 20 million dollar market cap. Like, who are the good deployers? There aren't any. All of them just want to constantly be deploying. And that's the difference, is that a year ago, if there was a cool meme, like a unique IP or something that came out, like Fwog or Ponky or Moo or any of those, like there were teams behind those that helped push them to hundreds of millions of dollars in market cap. So you can't really expect people to uh, be able to believe in a lot of this stuff when there's nobody at the top. There's no leadership on any of these coins to help push them forward either. Troll. Yeah, Troll. Troll's a good example too. They acquired the IP. That was an amazing thing for them. Don't you think they eat it up the same way we love to see someone gamble and lose a shit ton of money on a gambling site? I don't know what you mean by that. Because I was talking about like 3 different things, so I lost context. How will people earn money if everything is taken care by AI and robots? We'll need like adult care centers also, or else they won't even know what to do with their free time. Well, one of the dystopian thoughts is that what will eventually happen is the middle class gets wiped out and there's just the mega rich, and the only way for people to survive is by having basically like a socialistic society where everyone just get fucking paychecks, and like just money is given to them, and you have no room for upward growth because those opportunities like don't exist. About to eat this Chick-fil-A, dude. I had Chick-fil-A earlier today. I had nuggets. I love Chick-fil-A. Enjoy it. Can I show my setup? No. I can't flip it around. Doesn't help that many of the leaders on CT log into Twitter to complain all day and say meme coins are done forever, even though that's how 90% of them made it. Yeah, well, it's because people are also just looking for engagement. They just want to complain and they just want to get clicks and stuff too. So that's like the other worst part about it, is that people will post stuff not with the intent of uplifting or helping, but more so for selfish reasons of just posting engagement. That's why you saw, how many of you guys saw people posting about Pippin? Literally, I saw 30 posts about Pippin, and they were like, what is going on here? And they just post a crazy chart, and everyone's in the comments like, bro, haha, I don't know. And it's like, dude, we get it. Pippin's at 400 mil. Like, we understand. We get it. But yeah. You believe in Troll? Are you delusional? The thing about Troll is I don't know who the whales are and everything, and I don't really know what their plans are, because a chart is a chart and a narrative is a narrative, but like, the one thing that I feel very weird about is like, you don't know when teams give up. You don't know when whales give up, because you all just think like, oh, there's whales that are in this coin, like they're gonna push it back and everything. But it's like, dude, there's a lot of times whales will just give up. I don't know if you guys remember that guy Jalen, but that guy Jalen made a tweet like yesterday where he posted and he was like, I'm out. And it's like 3 days ago he was talking about Jeff and like 6-7 and all this stuff, and it's like, I guess he just decided that he was done. And so you don't know when whales that hold a major supply of a coin come together and say, we're just done with this. The narrative had us run, we made our money. And a lot of times, like, I mean, think about how many times you work on a project or you do something or you play a game and you're like, I just give up on this. It's the same thing. Like, you can't expect people to just forever push something. And yeah, so no, I don't know about, I'm just saying, like, I don't know if Jalen sold or whatever he did or why he made that message or anything, but I'm just kind of using him as an example of, like, everything could be good one day and then the next day you could just change your mind. There comes a point when this stuff is it's very mentally taxing, you know? And when you're talking about having 50 to 100 to $150,000 in coins, and you're thinking about your all-time high value of that coin, and now it's down, and you're like, oh, do I have to work, harder how long is it going to take to send this thing back up? And yeah, a lot of people they just stop. They just say, well, especially also, it is the end of the year. There's a lot of people that did well this year. And so you have to expect that there's people that are tax loss harvesting. I'll give you a great example. The past like 3 weeks, I was trenching, and I also bought a bag of Troll and 4 like a month ago. And I bought those at like a $44 million market cap. And I ended up having to sell them for a loss because they went from like 280 down to 40. And I thought that they would bounce back to like 80 or something. And they just like kept dipping and they never bounced. And I took a loss on those. And then I also was just trading a bunch of shit over the past 2 weeks. And I think I'm down like 25K in the past couple weeks, including my troll trade, because I lost like 15 to 20K on that. But to me, it's like, I'm not even really too bummed about it because it's the end of the year. Like, the way I viewed it is, if I won on those trades, sure, I just pay like a little bit more in tax. If I lose on those trades, then I just pay less in tax. It was like, I'm fine with tax loss harvesting. Can't wait to be down 25K and be fine. Well, the other thing is, because I stabled all throughout the year, all of 2025, I didn't get hit with the dump from Solana going from 250 to 120 where we're at right now. So if I had been the way that I was 2 years ago, I'd be down way more. Like, it would be ridiculous. But with this drawback, like, my portfolio only took, I don't know, like a 50K, but it wasn't even spot. It was just because I was trying to catch knives on coins that I thought would bounce, and they just didn't. So the risk to return on those trades felt good to me at the time, which is why I did it. Do I think Housecoin will go back up? No. Do I track anyone that's in Pippin that printed? Not on the run up that happened, because, I mean, when you're talking about a coin like Pippin, when it hits 100 mil, like, who's buying Pippin at 100 mil? Who's buying it at 50 mil? Who was buying that? That wasn't just insiders that knew what was going to happen. Like, nobody bought it. I don't know if you saw my tweet. I posted it yesterday. I made like 30K on Pippin back in January. So I made money on it once, but that was during its first run, when they were actually developing and building stuff on it, or whatever the fuck it was. I don't even know what it was. Pippin was like some AI infrastructure bullshit that never panned out. one thing I don't understand is when does your profit become taxable, when you stable or when you off ramp it to your bank? So if you think about like stocks, if you buy stock for $100 and it goes to 150 and you sell, that's taxable. Right? And so it's the same thing with crypto, where if you buy $100 worth of a coin and you sell it for 200, that's a taxable event. But if you don't want to learn the intricacies of, so do you know if you have to report all your meme coin transactions? You do. And you can use Awaken tax, which I'm not going to pull up because I have my personal account on there. But Awaken tax, in my opinion, is the best crypto tax software and portfolio tracker on the market. It is without a doubt the best. It is the most accurate. It does all chains. It provides like really good exports for all of your stuff. And it's like great. So even if you don't want to sit around and like really learn about that stuff, you can just grab all your wallets, go on Awaken, put them all in there, and it'll just do it all for you. But I highly recommend Awaken for crypto tax accounting related stuff. And I've used it for the past 2 years, and it has been good. It's been good. But yeah, I pay tax on money that hasn't hit my bank yet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a piss. Ooh, dude. I have to go take a piss, but give me 1 second and type up any questions or bullshit that you want to talk about, and then I'll bring it up, and I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Oh, by the way, I don't know how many transactions you guys have on chain, but dude, I had like a ton of transactions, and I just like export it and I just submit it along with my taxes. No, I don't know what other people do. What have you lost some of your wallets? I don't know. Ask a CPA. Wait for taxes. You recorded every single buy and sell. I use a crypto tax software to compile it. I use Awaken Tax. It does a really good job. Super accurate. But yeah, I was actually talking to my CPA about all my stuff, and yeah, I pay a lot in taxes. How long does it take to sync? Not long. Depends on how many transactions you have, though. The best thing about Awaken Tax too is that it's not just some corporate bullshit. The founder is this dude. His name is Andrew, and he's on crypto Twitter. And if you ever had any questions or anything, he can help you. And that dude, like, legitimately has thousands of customers and will literally sit there and he will help you if you have any issues. It's this right here. And they're doing this thing where if you were using another crypto tax software and then you move it over to theirs, then they give you $250 off. So nice vamp attack. But yeah, they're good. I kind of want to bid this, but I want to wait for it to bottom out a little bit more. For a meme that's this viral, it's crazy that this is how the chart looks. You would think that it would probably go to like if it goes any lower, I'm probably not going to bid yet, but if it goes to like 6 mil, maybe even like 5, I might be getting even too greedy asking for that. But like if it goes to these levels, dude, I'd probably buy. Damn, Cooker bought a lot. I wonder how down he is. Is 0.36%. He's down 20K. That's not terrible. Hey Ash, could you explain what honeypot means? Yeah, it's when you stick your hand in a honey jar and you can't get it out. Oh, yo, Solana Degen. I think I was watching your stream the other day. Do I think we need pump fund to run up a couple coins to 50 to 200 mil? I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Definitely would not hurt. I don't think it's up to pump fund to save it though. I mean, they're just a launch pad. Would be nice if they did. But I don't think it's like totally up to them. What is this, bro? God. I thought this was a good narrative. I was surprised that this didn't go higher, but it has like no holders and nobody cares. I got to give it to Cupsy, man. This dude is just trading all fucking day long. He doesn't give a shit if the market's good or not. Well, yeah, there needs the reason why there needs to be runners is because if a coin goes from 100K to 50 mil, then you're gonna have a bunch of these trenches that are gonna be like, oh dude, I don't want to sell. If I sell too early, I'm gonna miss a crazy runner. That's why AI coins were going so high. Because when there were like 20 AI coins that were above 50 mil market cap, everyone was chasing the next one because they were like, dude, I need to blast this at 10 mil before it goes to 100. I would trade all day too if I could have copy traders. Well, if you want copy traders, then set your life up to where you have copy traders. Uh, I actually have the chat open for like Twitter and YouTube and Twitch. It's like all in one thing. So I could see it from like any of the platforms that I'm on. That's funny. Damn, this is so fucking toasted. Like, my God, dude. This coin is fucked. I want to bid this. Like, I really do. People say, oh, I would trade all day if I had copy traders. Like, if that's something that you want to do, then just go on stream and trade. Get your wallet on, like, you know, the tracked, like, wallet websites and stuff. I don't do that personally. I would tell you I'd probably have not one copy trader. Meanwhile, my wallet that I use is more profitable than like 99.9% of the wallets that are copy traded. Like there are some wallets that I look at and I'm just like, dude, I cannot believe that people copy trade this. But they do. What's my strat? Uh I normally buy coins that are above like 500k to a million. I buy good coins on dips. I take more calculated trades than just clicking a bunch of bullshit. I I do think it would be fun for me to just trench and see, like, because I hardly buy coins at 10k, but it'd be fun to see if I could do it. I also only have one wallet. Like I don't use like multi wallet or anything. You're down 8k for the year. Well, at least you don't owe money for taxes. By the way, even if you lost money on the year, I would still submit that. I think it makes a lot of sense to build a repertoire and to be constantly showing like what you're doing. It's just me though. Like you can do whatever you want. This dude I track is buying 6-7. What do I think is a good amount to start with? Just whatever you're okay with losing. I'd say probably the less the better right now though. Even I'm probably like on 6-7 I might buy like 15k worth of it if it dumps down like a little bit more. But if on new stuff, like I'm not trading, even I'm not trading with more than like $300, like 2 SOL maybe. Franklin is a good buy with size. I don't know if it is though. because I haven't seen a single Franklin meme anywhere the past couple days. All the big government accounts started or stopped posting about it. You're not seeing it on the timeline anymore. I liked it a lot, but it was only mooning because everyone kept posting about it. If we were back 6 months ago, I'd be bidding this right here, though, for sure. But yeah, I don't know who's coming in to bid this stuff. One tweet from Elon or a big politician account and Franklin crimes back up. Yeah, but the issue is how, first of all, what are the chances of that happening? And then second of all, how much downside are you willing to take? Do I trade solo or with friends? I'd trade in my Discord all day long, and I'm in 2 other Discords that I use, and I'm in a Telegram chat. I don't really VC much. During AI season, I did, but these days it's like not. I don't really VC. Any ideas or advices about paid Discord alpha groups? I have one. I've been running my group for like 3 years. You just have to join the right place. And that's really like what it comes down to. There's different vibes in a bunch of different groups. And so you kind of have to just find what matches your vibe. When I first started trading, I was in a bunch of, like, I had to pay for a bunch of groups when I first started trading. Bro said probably Kanto too. That's funny. Do I trade meme coins in bear markets? Yes. Do you have to upgrade to download your gains and loss? I believe so, depending on how many transactions you have. It shouldn't be much, though. What's the best people to track? I don't know. I have a long list of people that I track. I go through it every so often. I need to update it. I was actually looking through wallets, and dude, it's actually insane that most of the wallets that are trading right now are not profitable. I can't believe this is fucked. Kabuto, 13 mil down to 600K. And bro said Gake. One thing that I will say is that, like, one of the things that I personally do is I sit in my Discord like all day long. So whenever people have questions, they can just like ping me, and I'm always around, and I'm always like trading, and I'm always active. Hunter SOL buy on Franklin right now. That's so cap. No, there wasn't. You're crazy. But yeah, when I first got into trading, dude, I was paying. I had a bunch of like NFT passes that I had to hold. Oh yeah, they're turning on the crank. You know what, dude? I'm gonna buy some 6-7. How much do I buy? What? How low did this go? We were talking about it. 7.3. I'll. I could bid like, I don't know, 70 SOL. $30? Nah, I wouldn't bid 30. I'd only want to bid like way more than that. I mean, bro, when you zoom out, this entry on this, kind of crazy. I also have to kind of stop myself from bidding things on stream. Yeah, I swapped over all my stables in this wallet to Sol, but I'm just gonna watch it. I feel like I don't have to be. The thing that I've noticed is like you can really wait for entry and you can get what you want. I don't really want to bid yet. What if Trump did 6-7? That'd be funny. How high would it go? I don't even know. Last bull run, it would have gone to like 100 mil. You showed me a coin at 70K the other day, and now it's at 10 mil. What is it? I don't believe that. Umbra? I already knew what Umbra was. I wouldn't have bid that though. How to becoming profitable trader. What is the basic look out the market? Well, let me sit here for the next 3 hours and explain everything real quick. The question, how to be profitable trader, is like, that's like such a nuanced question. How to be profitable. Yeah. You sit and you grind for 6 to 12 months and you learn everything about the shitcoin market and you track good wallets and you understand what coins run and how to not get PvP'd and vamped and pay attention to trends and come up with a trading strategy? Are you going to scalp for 20% or 50% or 100% or wait for 1,000%? My whole strategy has always been like going for 50 to 100% gains on mid caps. You got to have a huge ego and have an ugly attitude with everyone, then you become profitable. Who does that? Let's say you grind 12 months but still unprofitable. What do you do? Depends on if you learned anything or not. I'll give you a good example. I streamed on Twitch for 3 years. And I was playing Fortnite. I never got rated. I never had a clip go viral. I never averaged like over 100 viewers. And I streamed, like I said, for 3 years. And at the end of my time streaming, I met a guy who told me about NFTs. And I had already known what Dogecoin was, and I had already mined Ethereum in the past. But there was a guy that told me about NFTs, and I stopped everything that I was doing and learned everything about NFTs. And then started trading shit coins and NFTs and stopped gaming. And within 4 months of me talking to this dude, I quit my job. So if I had not streamed for all that time, even though I wasn't having the most success with it, I don't think that I would be in the position that I'm in, because I don't know if I would have ever gotten into crypto the way that I did when this one dude like sat me down and was like, dude, you should really get into this. And I was like, what? So it's like, you kind of do have to keep chugging away. If I didn't get into crypto, I probably would have kept streaming. And I know a lot of people that have been streaming for like 8 straight years now. And some of them are successful and some of them aren't. But that's like a big part of life, is choosing what to dedicate your time into. Because like if you do something for 4 or 5 years, how do you know that it's like the next year isn't the one? Like, it's just so tough. I saw this thing a while ago from Kevin O'Leary where he said that you should try to do things for like 3 years, and if it doesn't work out, then quit. But some people just keep trying forever. Some people have streamed for 10 years and never made it. Some people streamed for a year and they made it. Some people trade for 6 months and make a lot of money. Some people trade for 6 years and don't make money. Everyone's situation is so unique. Do I know if Cupsy is a slow trader or a group trader? Cupsy's just Cupsy. Cupsy's just the man. Cupsy does what Cupsy does. If you traded for 6 years and lost all that time, you don't know how you'd feel. Well, I know a lot of people that just work a job for 6 years, and that's also kind of like lost time too. Unless you're working a job that you really like. It's like everything that you do, this is like a philosophical moment, but like everything that you do and everything that you put your time into is a risk. You risk working a job and not going out and starting a business. You risk working a job and getting fired and maybe not getting another good job. You risk so many different things. Like there's just so much. So my philosophy was like, I want to go try whatever I can possibly do to make money on the internet. And if I do it, then great. And if I don't, then I don't. But I was willing to just be broke if it didn't work out. USD one pairs have been doing well. I'm kind of considering bidding this too. I just don't want to get caught if this continues to dump. No way they pump this again. Bro, this was at 200K when I looked at it last. This was like 2 hours ago. This was an hour ago. This pumped all the way back. This random ass Baron coin that keeps pumping. This is so dumb. Dude, I bid this coin so long ago. This is a new one, but dude, I bid a Moosk coin a very long time ago, back when there was Moosk and there was like Tremp and Bowden. Have I considered buying Kermit? No. I'd buy Franklin before I bought Kermit. Any info about Baron coin? It's just a coin about Baron that launched on Bonk. And people are speculating. They're like, did he launch it? But he didn't. Bonk has kind of become like the place for political coins to pop off and stuff. That's why Baron has been going crazy. That's why MAGA has been going crazy. The affiliation with World Liberty just makes everyone think that it's just like the political launchpad now. They've kind of like attached their name to it. This guy said, "You are noob." Okay. I literally said that they were gonna try to just pump random fucking AI coins or random animal coins. All right, I'm gonna paper trade this. Oh wait, who is this guy? Ideally, I'd wait for this to dump first. But I don't know if we're early to this. Huh. Yeah, the guy that devved this has devved a bunch of coins. Look at this. 100 coins. Is GMGN better than Bullx or Photon? I use GMGN. It was really helpful during AI season because you could use, or BNB season. Do you have any advice for figuring out your trading style and strategy? I personally like to scalp 50 to 100% gains over and over again. And I don't really care if I miss out on a 10 to 20x because I've traded like hundreds of coins where all I did was just get 50 to 100% gains and it literally just changed like everything for me. Damn, this is kind of cranking. I don't get it, dude. What's the deal? Is this going to be the cooker or what? So this guy is 1%, 1%, this is 4%, 5% in the wallet of just like trenchers and stuff. I want to bid this, but I just don't know why it would run. Who is this guy? Like, I have no idea who this dude is. Dude, I just don't know. I don't know. Do I just blast 20 soul into it and wish for the best? What the fuck, dude? Why is my shit? This guy was supposedly like a previous Chat GPT employee. Why would he be running a shitcoin? These end up always being bullshit. Wow. This dude did what I said I was gonna do. Man, what the absolute fuck is going on? I feel like if this was legit, it would be way higher already. Like, this is not cranking right now. I don't buy these types of coins. Well, I mean, I don't have enough I don't have enough info on it to make me think that it could be something that, like, what does this top at? 500K? What's the risk to return? It's at 215. What does it go to? 500? This is the kind of shit that I could easily see this just dusting here. I don't know. Hmm. Do I explain technical analysis of meme? Not on $150,000 market cap shitters. There's a lot of wallets that are in this that got funded by Change Now, or whatever wallet this is. I believe this is a Change Now wallet. Binance, funded by Binance. Whatever fucking wallet this is. I've seen this before. Isn't this like a market maker wallet? I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at right now. Oh yeah, that's an exchange. That's got to be like a Binance hot wallet. Coinbase, Fixed Float, Kraken, Bybit, Coinbase hot wallet. But I kind of recognize some of these. Yeah, like dude, if this was super bullish, would this not be higher? Oh, oh no. Yeah, I might just tap out of that. Well, someone blasted. What the fuck is this guy even doing? Like, who? Maybe I saw it too soon. What's crazy is like, if you are paying attention, you can absolutely be too early to stuff. I don't know who the fuck this guy is though, so I'm not like super like losing my mind to buy this coin. If this tops at 500K though, that'd be very funny. Cause that's what I said that I thought that it would top out at. Damn. I don't usually top blast. It just depends on the situation, but something feels weird about this. I don't know. Who is this guy that's like spending his fucking time posting in the fucking Twitter community with 107 people in it? Like, I just don't know who the fuck this guy is. This is where having too much of a brain does me a disservice, because a lot of other people are just blasting. They're like, oh, he must be some guy. Yeah, I don't know. Hmm. Yeah, I said 500K. I felt like this was like a 500K. This shit is moving so slow. Like, what even is this price action? This is so slow. I don't know why this guy keeps trying to like save this. How many tools do you use and what are these names? I use GMGN. And it's a trading terminal. And you can trade shitcoins on it. Yeah, I think next stream what I might do is fund myself a brand new funded wallet and just trench with $500 and see what happens. Like, how long would it take me to turn $500 into 10,000 just by trenching? Could I summarize the checks I do to identify good coins from bad coins? I have like multiple YouTube videos where I've explained a lot of this stuff. I'm going to be honest, I'm not really in the mood to give a how to spot good shitcoins 101 lecture right now. The teacher is not in office at the moment. But I have a lot of videos on my channel that kind of explain it. Or if you join my Discord, myself or someone else could answer. Because it's just a really long-winded answer. Who's in office right now? Good question. To check, like, to find good coins, it's like you kind of have to just think about like what it's all about, like what are people looking for right now. Everything's kind of scattered, so people are kind of just looking for coins that have virality, or there's somebody viral that is behind it, or like just anything to make them think that it can get any sort of attention. Like the reason this Simon coin is running is because some Chat GPT affiliated ex-employee is supposedly like posting about it. I just don't believe it. But like, how do you know which wallets come from Binance, Coinbase, etc.? Because if you look right here, it says funding from Binance. This one's funded from Bybit. This is funded from Coinbase. Coinbase. And then if you click like a random one, you click this, and then it just says, let me see, funded by Binance. Like you can just easily see. Do. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like this did not feel great to me, which is why I didn't bid it. Thank you, man. Yeah, my tweets and my clips have both been crushing recently. I feel like I'm just gonna say this. I feel like considering the content that I put out and the stuff that I say and how well they do, I feel like people don't give me enough like props. I'm getting my flowers next bull. Dude, I don't even want to be the main character. I don't get why like all these LARP PNL people constantly get so much attention. And yet my clips and shit do so much better than all their shit. Yet I think it's because my wallet isn't on KOL scan. so people aren't sucking me off to copy trade me. Yo, I'm gonna answer that question, D Ha FPS, in a second. Scented is trying to fucking PvP this. Unbelievable. No way, dude. There's just no way, dude. Give me a sec. So the question was, do I think people with ports under $1,000 should buy low market cap coins? What would you do to build your port? Couple things. I would keep working a job to try to stack up as much disposable income as possible. I would trade with like a very small amount until I got the hang of it if I was absolutely brand new. And I would only trade with like maybe 20 bucks or whatever and just like get the hang of it, find out what coins run, which coins to avoid. And I would just start very slow. I think one of the mistakes that a lot of people make is they'll be like, oh, I only have 500 bucks. And then they put the whole thing on one trade and lose it. And then they just completely blow up their portfolio. And it's like, if you have a limited amount of money that you don't want to lose, then you kind of have to space it out and be willing to take some risk and start small. So if you do make money, then you make money. And if you get rinsed, then you learn from your mistake and at least it doesn't cost you a lot. And as time goes on, you go a little bit higher, like you put like a little bit more into it, and just keep up with it for 6 months, 12 months, like a while, because this is a game that takes a long time to learn. So yeah, it's one of those things that like you don't want to just take whatever money you have, lose it in 3 days, and then you just automatically hate the space and you don't even give yourself a fighting chance because you oversized into something that you should never be sizing into. And I think that's like even one of the biggest skills in crypto is knowing what to size into and what to size smaller into. That's always a thing. Is sizing is one of the most undiscussed things about trading shit coins, because everyone just kind of thinks, oh well, if I have $1,000, I should be trading with $1,000. But I think if you're like really trying to learn, then you gotta start small and work your way up. And then also put in a lot of time into what you're doing. Like you have to grind. Like you have to put in a lot of time daily for sure. Wow, they're just not letting this run. They're just gonna dumpster this thing all the way down. Would this top out at like 320K? Small accounts are getting killed in fees. Dude, you only have to spend like 2 cents on fees. The fees are like nothing. If you're trading and you're worried about like paying $1 in fees or whatever, I've literally paid like hundreds of thousands of dollars in fees in the time that I've been trading. Like it could possible $200 to $20,000 in 3 months as a beginner. I don't know. It depends if you're good or not. You should be more concerned turning $200 into $400 first. I would be thinking about that before I'd be thinking about how to turn it into a couple $100 before you start talking about turning it into $20,000. I'm about to cut this. This is not bouncing the way that I thought that it would have. Do I look into and care if a coin is bundled? Yeah. I always look into bundles and like where coins are funded from, but everything is basically bundled these days. When trading frequently with 20 USD, it's not easy to ignore the fees. Yeah, well, you're paying to learn how to trade with a small amount. So consider it the cost of learning, the cost of tuition. Damn, dude, is this gonna bounce at all? What the absolute fuck? This guy. Oh, the guy FUD tweeted. I see. Yeah, this is cooked. This was a rug anyway. I figured I'd bid and try to see if I could get like some sort of a bounce, but I guess not. Back in the day, somebody would have CTO'd this so fast. Dude, there is zero bounce on this. Nice. Damn, that whole candle got sold off already. Come on, bro. Just fucking bounce to like 90K. Doesn't need to be much. Come on. What is going on, dude? I'm a community member now, dude. If this goes to 55K, I'm dumping. Yeah, this Chris guy is a fucking idiot, whoever he is. Okay. Okay. Today's doo-doo? Yeah, today's ass. Okay. When I was a beginner, what did I learn about meme and how to become a pro in this field? I logged in and I did it every single day and I traded every single fucking day. And I just did it for years. And that was kind of it. I just grinded, watched videos, put in a lot of time, lost some money, made some money. All right, I'm about to cut this if this keeps dumping. I should have sold when it was near my entry, but whatever. Do I do any mining plays? I don't even know what that is. Mining? Dude, I bought this literally to quick flip it. Why am I still holding this shit? This shit is so fucked. The fact that this ran to 300K is so stupid. This is so fucking stupid, bro. I'm not going down without a fight. Dude, I used to trade with like literally 500 SOL in a coin, and here I am like with 5 Solana and a 60K shitter, and it won't even fucking bounce back to like even 100K. Like this dump was crazy. Nice. Real nice. Nice. Literally sending it to fucking zero. They're saying the dude was hacked. Of course he was hacked. The guy was not tweeting like, let's send this 100x. I can't believe I wasn't even able. Dude, you used to be able to fucking bid coins that went to 100 mil on hacks, and they would dump to 20 and they would bounce back to like 60, even if it was a confirmed hack. Shit's fucking retarded. Yeah, someone said it. They're like, this is what's wrong with the trenches. I mean, dude, you just look at how fast. I want you to think about this. Cupsy's traded fucking 8 coins since this one, since that other one. You think normal fucking people have the time to trade this stuff? Well, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get dinner. This was fun. Got some good clips. I'm probably gonna bid 6-7 off stream. What's for dinner? I don't even know yet. Something good. If you've been watching stream and if you want a free month to Kanto, go ahead and open a ticket in the Kanto Discord, and I will give you 1 free month. Scout MAGA, yeah, I was kind of looking at it. Exclamation mark Discord, join Kanto, open a ticket, say that you're from stream. I will give 1 free month to a couple people that open up a ticket. But yeah, I'm gonna get off. Let's see who else is on. Yeah, I'm just gonna get off. But yeah, good chat, and I will see you guys soon.